In the vast tapestry of biblical history, few passages have intrigued scholars and believers alike more than the prophecy of the 70 weeks, as found in the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verses 24 to 27. Today, we delve into this enigmatic and revered section of Scripture, a prophetic timeline that stretches across the corridors of history, touching upon the past, present, and even the future. What makes these 70 weeks so significant? And why have they captured the imaginations of theologians for centuries? To truly grasp the essence of this prophecy, we must first understand the context in which it was delivered. The book of Daniel is a remarkable text, brimming with visions and insights granted to Daniel during the Babylonian exile. In chapter 9, Daniel, troubled by the desolation of Jerusalem, turns to God in supplication and prayer. It is in response to these earnest prayers that the angel Gabriel appears, delivering the prophecy of the 70 weeks. This prophecy was intended to outline the divine timeline for the restoration of Jerusalem, the coming of the Messiah, and the ultimate fulfillment of God's promises to his people. The 70 weeks, as mentioned in the text, are not to be understood as mere weeks of days, but as weeks of years, a concept that was not unfamiliar in Jewish thought. This interpretation aligns with the prophetic tradition of utilizing symbolic timeframes, where each week represents a period of 7 years, thus marking a total of 490 years. This prophetic period is further divided into 3 distinct segments: 7 weeks, 62 weeks, and one final week. The initial period, the first 7 weeks, or 49 years, is often associated with the rebuilding of Jerusalem and its temple following the decree given to Ezra and Nehemiah. This rebuilding was not just a physical undertaking, but a spiritual reawakening for the Jewish people returning from exile, symbolizing God's faithfulness in the beginning of a new covenantal relationship. Following this, the prophecy speaks of 62 weeks, or 434 years, leading up to the appearance of an anointed one, commonly understood as a reference to the arrival of Jesus Christ. This period marks a significant and transformative era for the Jewish people, culminating in the ministry of Jesus, who Christians believe to be the promised Messiah. His life, teachings, and subsequent crucifixion are seen as pivotal events within this prophetic framework, fulfilling promises made throughout the Old Testament. Finally, the prophecy culminates in the mysterious 70th week, a period that has sparked considerable debate and interpretation. Some scholars view this week as immediately following the previous 62, seeing it fulfilled in the events surrounding the early church and the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD. Others suggest a gap, proposing that the final week represents events yet to unfold, potentially associated with the eschatological visions of the end times described later in the book of Revelation. Throughout history, the interpretation of the 70 weeks has varied, reflecting different theological viewpoints and eschatological outlooks. However, the crux of the prophecy remains universally acknowledged. It underscores the sovereignty of God over history, his intimate involvement in the affairs of humanity, and the ultimate redemption promised through the Messiah. As we consider the significance of the 70 weeks, it is essential to recognize its profound theological implications. This prophecy not only serves as a testament to divine foreknowledge and precision, but also provides a narrative of hope and restoration. It reminds us that throughout the ebb and flow of human history, there is a divine plan at work, guiding, shaping, and bringing to fruition God's eternal purposes. In conclusion, the prophecy of the 70 weeks stands as a monumental piece of biblical history, a beacon of hope shining across the ages. Whether we view it as a fulfilled promise or an ongoing narrative, it calls us to reflect on the enduring themes of faith, redemption, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. As we ponder its significance, let us be reminded of the timeless nature of Scripture and the enduring promise that history is not a mere collection of random events, but a tapestry woven with divine intention and purpose.